Yo, what's up guys? Kobe Cheese here for a solo commentary analysis game of one of my jungle Shyvana games, and this was actually a scrim match between another team in the Ivy Law. So I'm actually speeding up a lot of the early game because there wasn't too much happening, mostly just me farming. I couldn't find too many gank hints, but I'll try and give you an idea of kind of what my strategy was going in here. I went ahead and did my standard route with wolves into blue, and then to raise up to the small golems, and then back, and then I get my boots and I go look for a level 1 gank. The lane wasn't really in a good spot for me to get a gank off. I try to go in on something just to do a little bit of damage. Even a little bit of damage would be acceptable for me at this point. I was just waiting for my small golems to pop up. He didn't really take any damage, and plus the pirate was there, but I did scare the pirate off, so that's no gank onto our Caitlyn. I do pick up my small golems, and I'm just going to continue going down through my jungle and farming. The thing on Shyvana that you need to keep in mind is that she is one of those farm junglers that you want to get as much CS as possible and get strong, get fed, and snowball if possible. So if you're able to get some kills, that's going to be great. If you can't, then do your best to do some damage to the lanes and maybe even counter jungle a little and try and farm as much as you can. Now right here I'm thinking of going in and taking the small golems, but I realized that both of the bottom lane were gone, and I didn't know if they had a ward there, and I didn't want to risk put myself in a bad position and give up my red buff, so I decided just to back out, and I'm going to go ahead and take this middle lane since our mid had to go. Well, actually our mid went top to gank. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take this CS for my own. Again, like I said, if there's any time that you can cover a lane, that's going to be good for you as a jungler. Your goal as a jungler is to help gank and get your carries fed. Oh, it looks like Kennen actually wanted to go on me. Good thing I was level 6 as well. I'm able to just dragon form, jump out of there. No problem. I'm going to be able to make it out alive, and I can stay in for a bit more CS, just get that XP anytime I can. And there's a nice gank coming in from Decibel on the Rumble. He's going to try and do a lot of damage to this Kennen. He flashes over that wall. Unfortunately, we're not able to catch him, so I'm just going to walk out of there. I'm going to go back to base. I almost got caught by that pirate. He did a good bit of damage to me, and I've got that speed boost, so it's not too big of a problem. Oh, nice. Looks like Rumble actually does catch Hellway, and he stays around a little bit too long, so that's going to be a kill for our Rumble there. I'm not going to help him out because I'm too low, and I don't want to really risk dying myself. I'm just going to farm and push this lane up to the tower as much as I can. Maybe we can take out this tower. That's kind of my goal at this point. Pushing towers is always a good thing. If there's a chance for you to run up to a ally's lane and put that pressure on there that you force out the enemy from the tower, even if you can't kill them, like let's say you can get to the tower and force them away from the tower so that they lose XP and you can do damage to the tower, that is actually successful as well. There's a lot of things you can do as a jungler that will make your jungling successful that does not involve actually getting kills on the enemy lane. You can help them push, you can help zone, you can do all kinds of things. And so keep that in mind when you are jungling on champions. But for now, I haven't really had too many opportunities to make that happen. I've just been holding down the lanes when our Rumble actually goes to gank top lane. He's been doing that a lot. So here I am. I'm just going to hold this lane once again against the Kennen. I was able to clear my top area jungle, and at this point I see the blue buffs up. I don't even need the blue buff, so I'm going to try and probably give that to our Pantheon. I don't see Pantheon on lane, but he is heading that way, so that means now that I pushed this middle lane, I can easily go give that to him. I'm probably telling him right now that I'm going to pick up my junk. Yeah, see, I'm going to pick up my red here, and then I'll most likely head towards that blue area, and I can give that to him. And the dragon is now up as well. If you notice in my inventory, I did pick up a pink ward, and that's so that whenever I head towards the dragon area, I can put down that pink ward, and if they have any vision, it will now be gone, and we can probably pick up a nice dragon from that. So here we go. I'm starting on this blue, and here comes Pantheon, and I I whiffed it. So the thing to know about Shyvana is that you can double proc on her Q. So what happened was I procced my auto attack, and then I hit Q, and it double procced again. So it's like triple procced and killed the blue from like almost half HP. So I wasn't really expecting that. We took out their ward here, but the dragon is actually they still saw it because they have a CV. So we're just going to go in and try and engage, get a kill here. We do get a nice little stun onto the Taric, pick him up, so that's a free kill for us. And we can probably turn around and pick up the dragon if we want. It's a little unsafe right now with Kennen coming down though, so we're just going to go ahead and back out. And I'm going to probably go back to the base. I don't want to risk it. I don't have any life still. I haven't been able to pick up my wriggles yet. But once you have the Madreds, it's only, I think, 600 gold, I believe. Yeah, 600 gold for the Wriggles. So there we go. I picked up my Wriggles. And what I like to do is after I get my Wriggles, I'll go for the Wit's End, and then I'll go for my tanky items at that point, which is the Phage, and then into a Warmogs. So once you get your DPS, then you go for the tanky, because she's actually pretty tanky, believe it or not. Once you go into that dragon form, you get, I think, around like 40 magic and armor, and so that's pretty big amount. And then even when you're not in dragon form, you get like 20, and I could be wrong about the numbers. It may go higher than that as you get higher level, but I just remember, oh, so I came up here to gank, and I think the game actually bugged out. Everyone got a little bit of a lag spike there. Yeah, you see it there. I had a lag spike too, so I was going to come up and bush gank, but like I clicked, and then my guy just ran out of the bush, and I couldn't stop him, so whatever, that wasn't very successful. Again, I know the game is very sped up right here, but if you look at my score, I've only had like 1 assist, so really just it's not been too eventful. I've just been trying my best to farm up and look for opportunities to gank. Anytime you can counter jungle, that's good. Of course, I haven't really counter juggled much either, but you know, as long as you have that dragon control, your team is gonna really do a good job of winning. So try and rally your team around that dragon. Always be at the dragon area. Don't be at the top of the map when the dragon is spawned, because you really need to be down there and pick up the dragon. It's a huge benefit for your entire team. Lots of gold, lots of experience for anyone that is around there as well. So again, I'm just going to run around, pick up a little bit of XP. I see the Birdman run around here. Swain's just going to farm. There's no one in that top lane. So I do see Caitlyn coming back, so I'm not going to try and push that out. I'm just going to pick up the red buff. If you can always keep the red buff on yourself as Shyvana, that's going to be very strong, because Shyvana does very well with the red buff. She doesn't have any kind of built-in slow or anything like that, so the red buff is a huge benefit, plus the fact that you can double proc with your Q is another big one that makes red so strong. And also another reason I think that Shyvana is a really strong jungler is the fact that her ultimate cooldown is based off of her auto-attacking, and in lane, you don't always want to be auto-attacking all the creeps down and pushing them, so being able to do that is good. Oh, there we go, I caught Kennen. I put down a ward there at the try area to help out Rumble from any ganks, and just to see anyone going down towards bottom as well, but I was able to catch Kennen. I'm trying to bait him back towards the bushes here. He's not that dumb though. He's not gonna make that mistake. So you know, whatever. Sometimes people will be stupid. Sometimes they won't. I was not fortunate enough for that. But you know, you always got to try, right? So in any case, I push down the lane there. I see the Rumble is going to gank top, and now that it's pushed, I don't really need to be there anymore. I want to try and help up top. So as I was saying earlier, anytime you can help gank down a tower or whatever, obviously there was no way I could have gotten a kill there, but I came top to actually help push this tower down as fast as possible, and now I can head back to middle. If you notice, the Kennen actually came to help top, and for some reason our Rumble stayed around way too long. He could have easily gotten out there. But yeah, I forced Kennen to come top to help out, which he didn't even help out. If Rumble had left, Kennen would have just wasted his time. And then by the time I get back to middle, I'll have plenty of creeps to farm once again, and so it really works out. Rumble's actually going to go down mid since it is his lane, so I'm just going to leave that to him. Go back to the base. I have lots of money, so I can pick up my Phage, and I can probably pick up... oh, actually, sorry. No, I just finished my Wit's End. I guess I had not finished my Wit's End. But yeah, so I finished my Wit's End. I'm probably either going to go ahead and pick up my Phage first or my boots. I'm not sure in this case. They have lots of CCs though, so the Merc Treads are a pretty good choice in this situation. Lots of magic damage as well. I'm going to come around bottom, see if I can jump over the wall. The cool thing about Shyvana is you want to look for those times where you can stay hidden and then just jump into a gank over the wall and go for somebody. So there it is. I jump over the wall. I actually missed everybody, so it's kind of retarded waste of ulti there. It wasn't very useful. And we did get the kill. There was 4 of us here, so I mean, there's no way they can have got out of that. In any case, Decibel just barely stays alive with the shield, and you know, he's Rumble. He's kind of thinking, oh goodness, there is the pirate. He flashes in to try and get a kill, but he doesn't get in range of his Q, so he doesn't make anything happen. I exhaust him, and he goes down. I probably didn't even need to use the exhaust, to be honest. Swain is in here, so we're gonna have to back off. We're not gonna be able to take out the tower like I wanted to do. However, you know, it's not a problem. We got like 3 kills out of that, so it's definitely a big bonus for us. They didn't get any kills back on us. And so I'm just going to take out all these creeps here. And probably go back myself, buy a couple items, maybe pick up my merc. Actually, I don't have enough for merc treads. I believe that it's like 850 for merc treads after you've got your brown boots, something of that nature. There is a dragon, but they CV'd it. I'm not sure. We might be able to take this actually because it's just Swain, and there's no way that Swain can stop both Jenna and myself. I'm pretty strong at this point with the Wits In. I'll be able to have lots of magic resist against him, and attacking that dragon actually builds up my cooldown for my ultimate pretty quick. And it is unfortunate. I am attacking my own kind here, you know. But actually, if you think about it, I'm more of a wyvern than a dragon. So, you know, because the wings are on my arms rather than where they're actually supposed to be. But anyways, so back to farming. Here we go, just doing the same thing. I've actually got a lot of CS this game. I don't know if I've actually pulled up the scoreboard or not. Again, I've got it sped up, so it's hard to tell whenever I do pull it up. But I do recall from this game, I think I had the top CS in the game. I was in all of the lanes. I was kind of everywhere in the jungle, and since I wasn't able to find a lot of ganks, or I just wasn't in the right place at the right time, you can usually always find a gank if you're in the right place. But I just personally wasn't in the right place here. But I was able to farm quite a bit and get, you know, a lot of dragon control with wards and things like that. So here we go. I'm going to run around here, steal their wolves. I realized that I'm not going to make anything happen by diving, so I'm just going to wait for them to either jump in on us or something of that nature. Going to clear out these waves here, and here comes a pirate. Actually, I have a good idea. My thinking here is that I'm level 13, pirate is 10, and I've got my full cooldowns. I don't have my exhaust, but I'm just going to jump over the wall, hit it with my E, and boom, look at all that burst. I do big amounts of damage. He even uses his scurvy to try and get out of it, but since I've got a red buff, I'm able to just continually apply that to him, and I take him out so quickly. And now with the pirate out of the situation, I can easily do some pretty big damage to this tower. I'm not going to be able to take it down right now because of the fact that it's actually got no more minions for me, but I'll try my best to continue pushing. I've got a ward in the blue bush area. If you're going to push the second tower on the top lane, it's always good to have that ward there in the blue bush area because you'll know someone's coming, and so it's easy for you to back out and you don't have to worry about it being unsafe to do so, to push like that. So that's just a little tip for you there. We do have good ward coverage all over the map. You can notice that the whole team is just kind of fighting and pushing. I probably need to group up with everybody. I've just been farming here. I have enough money now to get quite tanky. I've got 2,500 gold, 2,600 gold, so that's good. I see the pirate is actually finishing up his race, so I know if I stand here, I'll be able to catch him. And yes, he does come around as I expect him to, so I'm going to go ahead and exhaust him, try and take him out. He uses his scurvy. I jump on him with my dragon, but he does flash, so I'm not going to be able to take that out. I'm able to catch Tarek now. I didn't actually realize that people are coming around from behind, so I didn't see that coming. They killed the pirate that I got low, which is nice, and I just didn't have the map awareness for some reason. But anyways, we got Tarek. We took him out, and this is going to work out in our favor. But for some silly reason, I run into the tower, and I get exhausted, so that was just stupid play on our part. And then we end up getting aced. Sad day. So kind of bad play on everyone's part there. I kind of wasn't paying attention to the fact that Pantheon and Janna were coming from behind, and then I just ran into the tower, and then the rest of us stayed around too long. So those are the kind of plays you don't want to make. I mean, we are kind of ahead right now, but the fact that I made that mistake of, you know, not watching the minimap, not watching my allies, and then running into the tower like that, that's the type of thing. Whenever you get ahead, sometimes you kind of let off your guard and you get cocky and you're like, oh, I can't die because I'm doing so well and I'm just super awesome. So you make those mistakes, but you want to always keep up because one mistake like that can really turn the game around and put the enemy team at an advantage as well. So here we go, back into a fight. Hellbent is able to take out Arjana, and so I'm going to try and get there as fast as possible to make something happen. I do now have my Phage and a Giant's Belt, so I'm pretty damn tanky. I've got 2,500 HP. So I'm going to look for an opportunity to get in here, but unfortunately everything's already taken place. Tarek's dead, and our team's pushing around. So what I decided to do was wait in this bush. I knew that that pirate would come in there, and I don't know if he, I don't think he saw me, but he was just looking for a spot to go in, and therefore what he did was he... Oh wow, we're actually going to take out this pirate. So Pantheon jumps over the wall. Decibel is actually there, so he's good. Pantheon's going to walk out. For some reason, Decibel, again, stays in. He really likes to stay in there for a little too long, so he's going to get caught. He uses Cleanse, which doesn't really help him out because he has no flash to jump over the wall. Whatever. We got a couple kills there. We're having fun. So I guess, again, while you don't want to make too many mistakes, I guess we are kind of ahead. So not too big of a deal. I'm going to go pick up this red buff probably after we take the dragon. I definitely think dragon's more important than red buff, and I can always take up red buff later as I am really strong right now. Anyways, I've already got a fade, so I do have a slow. Now, I don't necessarily require that red buff, although the red buff damage is, of course, good. I mean, it's extra dot damage, so in any case, I've pretty much got to the point now where I'm really strong. I feel like I'm super tanky and I can do lots of damage. So there's not going to be a lot of problem with me fighting in team fights. They don't have a lot of CCs or kiting or slow or anything like that. I mean, they do, but it's not to the point where I'm continually concerned with it because they have to use it on both Pantheon and on Caitlyn, so they have a lot of immediate threats to worry about, and I'm not going to be the focus of that. So here we go. Decibel is actually coming around behind. We did catch a couple of people into the bushes there, so I'm just going to do a lot of damage as possible. I'm not going to be able to get out of this. There's a lot of AoE damage going down on top of us. I try my best to just sit there and DPS everyone down. Hellwind goes down. He was really low from the fight, and I'm super low. There's no way I can run away, so I just decided to continue auto-attacking as much as possible, letting my lifesteal do its work, and luckily for me, I am able to come out ahead. I do kill the dragon, or sorry, the pirate, and that's a triple kill for me, which, yeah, that's nice. Now I'm already back up to 2,200 to gold, so I'll be able to buy a Warmogs at this point if I want to. The game is pretty much over after that last fight right there, in my opinion. I don't think that the enemy team could really come back from that kind of a loss. We are so far ahead. We're actually just about 11 kills, and we've been getting every single dragon. Dragons are a huge, huge deal in this game. If you get all of the dragons, then that's going to put you ahead. Like, even if you're behind on kills, for example, then just having all of the dragon control will make sure that you're still ahead in the game, or at least even, that sort of thing. So, so buff control, dragon control, you know, counter jungling, those are really important things that you don't realize until it happens. But this looks like this is going to be the last fight in the game. What I'm going to do is actually try and get this wave pushing, but I do notice that Pantheon is jumping in, so I'm going to come around from behind. The whole team is there. The cool thing about Shyvana is, boom, jump in from over the wall, and I landed on all three people, doing big damage, take out the Ken in there, and unfortunately I wasn't able to pick up another triple kill there, which would have been really awesome, by the way. But, you know, whatever. I did lots of damage, and we won that fight. Super tanky mode. They couldn't kill us even if they tried. We're going to pick up a Baron here, and that's probably going to be a surrender for the... There it is. But anyways, guys, hopefully you like this analysis of my Shyvana game. I'll probably try and do a lot more of these as I go in the future. A lot more LoL content for everybody, so please hit that like button. Let me know you enjoyed this, and be sure to subscribe so you'll know when the next one is coming. This is Kobe Cheese, guys. Peace out.